Ammunition, drones, and supplies sent from Governor DeSantis overseas to help Israel. Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Safadi.
And I'm Lois Tomey. The governor's office said he worked with the Israeli Consul General's office in Miami to help get clearance on flights to send those supplies. But Reuters reported that the Consul General's office said his office did not work with the governor.
But when you start getting into classified or lethal, then you're pretty much in the prerogative of the federal government, and it gets pretty tricky for anybody else to do that.
Wait News reporter Claire Galt explains the confusion.
The DeSantis for President campaign raises money lots of ways. Its latest item for sale? T-shirts that say DeSantis Airways. In the last couple of weeks, the governor's made it clear he'll send planes to Israel to pick up Floridians and other Americans. And in recent days, he said he arranged to send supplies, including weapons and ammunition.
Well, I think the most important thing is to stand with Israel, both publicly and privately, and back their ability to wipe Hamas out.
The governor's office said it secured cargo planes used to send weapons, drones, body armor, and helmets to Israel through private parties. But Reuters reported the Israeli Consul General said the governor's involvement was limited to paperwork. I asked the governor's office to clear it up. A spokesman told me the state of Florida did indeed help to get clearance to get the military equipment to Israel.
You know what I really applaud is his effort. I applaud his thinking out of the box.
Retired Congressman Francis Rooney told me DeSantis is sending the right message.
We need to be aggressive about Hamas. They want to take us out and Israel out, and we can't put up with that.
Former CIA Director Porter Goss, who served under President George W. Bush before retiring to Southwest Florida, told me the United States should do everything it can to help.
What I think the governor is trying to do is to give the Israelis more muscle.
But Goss told me weapons should come from the United States, not Florida.
Does the governor of Florida have the authority to send lethal weapons to an allied country? The answer is, I simply do not know if there's a way to do that. My history has always been no, that should have the U.S. flag on it and be controlled, monitored, and accounted for through Washington. But that may be old-fashioned thinking.
But the governor's office said Florida did not send weapons to Israel on its own. It only helped to get military equipment bought and paid for by private parties to that country. Claire Galt, Wink News.
Today, in a speech to the Heritage Foundation, the governor blamed President Biden for the aggression of Hamas, Russia, and China. He called the president's foreign policy rudderless, weak, and misguided. The Democratic National Committee responded, saying DeSantis' remarks make it clear he's out of his depth.